Am I the butthole for refusing to buy a coworker lunch? I, 23M, have a coworker, 25M, who is a mooch. If you get something for lunch, he wants you to get him something too, but expects you to buy it for him because since you mentioned it, he says you offered. At first I thought maybe he had money problem, but then overheard him laughing and bragging to someone in another department about how he was able to scam lunches out of his coworkers, and he's attempted to bully a free meal out of someone more than once. His general entitled attitude is one of the many reasons I don't like him. So yesterday my girlfriend and I had lunch together. He overheard me confirming before I left and asked what I was bringing him, and I said nothing. He said I brought it up, and I corrected him. No, I was confirming we were still good and he was eavesdropping on my conversation. He started complaining so I had if he gave me money for his food I'd bring him something but I wasn't going to buy him food. He started complaining about it again and I got irritated and said no money no food, and then I left. When I got back my boss said my coworker complained I was being hostile. I told him what happened and how he's constantly trying to weasel free food out of people, even some of the people he knows are struggling. So my boss asked around and several others collaborated what I said. My coworker got dragged into the office and now he's pissed that I narked and how he was just kidding. Most of the office thinks he got what he deserved but a few think it wasn't worth getting him in trouble over. Today no one he asked told him what they were doing for lunch, and he's whining that we're alienating him. I said he alienated himself because of his behavior. He said I'm in butthole, but I don't really feel bad that a mooch who thinks it's funny to scam his coworkers thinks I'm in butthole. My little brother is on here a lot and suggested I post though, so AITA? Definitely NTA. He got what was long overdue. It's not like you went out of your way to narc on him, he is the one who narced on himself by whining to your boss about you. Had he not brought up the issue and forced you to defend your actions, what did he think was going to happen? That you were just going to roll over and let your boss bollock you for no reason? None of this would have happened. Good on you for standing up for yourself and your coworkers and hopefully, giving him a life lesson. What are you getting for lunch? What are you getting for lunch? My mom often replied a crap sandwich. My mom's was fried farts and cracker dust. Plus if I read this correctly, he asks coworkers what they are getting for lunch and then tries to get them to buy him something by claiming that they brought it up. How in the world does asking someone what they are having for lunch mean that they brought up the topic? I am wondering that too. Also why would anyone buy him lunch after he claimed they brought it up, but never said they were treating him? Because many people are terrified of confrontation or being thought rude. Yeah. Well op put a stop to it. I bet the ones who say op is wrong are the ones he's not mooching off of. To everyone else, op is the hero because now it has stopped. Yes they are. I had a coworker who, when someone said they were going on break, would ask them to get her a complicated order from the cafeteria. This would take up your entire break when you were just going to get coffee. Then she would get to spend her break eating. Everyone complained, no one would do anything. Until she asked me. I am not known for my tact or kindness and I tore her a new one in front of the whole staff. I don't remember what I said but she didn't close her mouth for a minute. What I did was rude but it was effective. I was definitely TA and I do not regret it one bit. NTA. Good for you. Don't take guff off users. Yeah, I totally don't understand how this even happens more than once. Dude, you still owe me from last time. I'm not buying you crap. Not everyone is comfortable with social confrontation. It's not that complicated. I understand that there are people out there uncomfortable with confrontation and with social situations in general, but I really can't imagine being so scared by a coworker that I paid for their lunch. Maybe once if I was doing well and would rather spend the money than engage in a confrontation. But I hear way too many people explain away being used as a doormat by claiming social anxiety. I agree. I don't know how he got they were treating him to lunch when he asked them what they are having for lunch. It's been stopped finally. Not the butthole out. You put a stop to the manipulative mooch. This you're not being a narc unless you are trying to turn someone in on purpose. If anything Mr. Mooch is the narc here. The people concerned about snitches and getting narsed on are those who want to blame somebody else so they don't have to take responsibility for their own actions. It's not like you went out of your way to narc on him, he is the one who narsed on himself by whining to your boss about you. Don't want none, don't start none. This has nothing to do with anything, but I just love that bollock is a verb as well as an exclamation. British English is great. Agreed. There's something very satisfying about saying the word as well. NTA. You didn't narc, he did. So if I understand correctly, some of your office thinks that it's fine for him to try to get you in trouble, but not fine for you to defend yourself with the truth. Guess you know who to avoid going forward. I know so many doormats who are so conflict averse they get upset when others stand up for themselves. I'm a conflict magnet and I get upset when people don't stand up for themselves at the smallest slight. I'm the same way. As a non-confrontational person I have no problem with this. NTA people that are just kidding don't complain about hostility to the boss. He's just pissed his con stopped working, so no, I wouldn't worry what he thinks. It's absolutely worth getting him in trouble over when he's trying to get you in trouble. Protecting yourself from the scammer isn't an odd thing to do at all. Yeah, he can't be mad that you told the boss what happened when the only reason you did is because he made a fake hostility complaint to the boss. He's a hypocrite among his other issues. Also, now that the boss knows about, people are less scared of coworkers' bullying and retaliation attempts. OP has not only freed themselves, they've freed everyone else too. Yep. What's the odds of him still being there after another month or so? He'll be off to greener pastures, untouched territory for his next scam. NTA. Moving forward, you will want to take a step back and continue being the professional here rather than engaging with him. As Mark Twain said, never argue with an idiot. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. So the next time he tries to engage with you and your coworkers on this topic, simply remark, "I'm sorry you feel that way." He's a manipulative mooch, so don't give him room to maneuver, and don't give him reason to go the boss about you. Not that you've done that in any way, but he's going to be looking for things now. Remain professional, even be kind, outside of buying him anything, including food, but don't give him a way in. This is a man with definite idiot-level experience, and you don't need him dragging you down. Also, just an edit note, in the second to last paragraph I think you meant corroborated, not collaborated. This just be professional and don't engage any more than absolutely needed. And not the butthole. And don't pick anything up for him, even if he gives you money. Sorry bro, too pressed for time. Not sure I'd say sorry you feel that way because I wouldn't be. I'd use it's unfortunate you feel that way. Still professional but more accurate. I don't know if you've heard of the second version, never wrestle with a pig. You'll both get covered in crap, and the pig will like it. You just reminded me of it and I felt impelled to share. NTA. He literally complained to the boss because you wouldn't buy him food, trying to get you in trouble. So you explained the truth to the boss. Not sure what he thought was going to happen there. Probably thought the boss would A. just chew out OP without checking things and not listen to OP, B. that OP would just let it slide by and say it would never happen again in order to avoid conflict. He literally complained to the boss and then he called OP the narc. I suppose it would have been immature for OP to answer "I'm not a narc, you narsed first." Even if he refrained from combining it with a stuck-out tongue. Geez Louise, this guy's a hypocrite bully butthole. Congratulations, you just played yourself. I bet this guy's used to being the golden child at home. Everything is his sibling's fault, and when he doesn't get his way he can just cry to mommy and she'll make everything better for him. 100% NTA. He lost the ability to play the "I was just kidding" card after he A. openly bragged about scamming his coworkers and B. forced your hand by getting your boss involved. NTA. But Yuta, if you ever buy him a free lunch again. Honestly, you and everyone else he's taken advantage of should start asking him to bring them food whenever he's having lunch if he persists with this and doesn't stop. Then, when he says no / gets defensive, just tell him, "Well, I bought you food and you never paid me, so protocol is that you have to buy me lunch, so where's my food?" I'm not sure I trust any food ferried by this guy, though. Maybe stick to things in sealed packages. Doritos? NTA, it was he who involved the boss, not you. This guy should be embarrassed. Absolutely. But guys like that do not feel embarrassment over their actions, sadly. You know you're not a dick. Take your karma and put this on pro revenge or something. No kidding, this didn't belong here. Petty revenge. NTA. It doesn't sound like he's actually friends with anyone in your workplace and is just extorting food from everyone. He likely expected you to back off because he chose to complain. But good for you for choosing to stand up for yourself and others. Thanks for watching. Comment on what you think was the best part of this video. Subscribing and hitting that notification bell on YouTube is a great way to get our content. You can also watch it on Facebook. A link to our page is in the description. See you soon.